Well, we are just days away from the crucial debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump. This comes as Harris cuts into Trump's lead in a major red state. And maybe more of a surprise tonight, she's getting the endorsement of a former Republican vice president. Fox 5's Duarte. Geraldino is here now to break everything down for us. Duarte.
That's right, Arthur. Dick Cheney is now on her side, and emboldened by that endorsement, Vice President Harris's team is doubling down on its messaging about Project 2025, which is a conservative agenda that Republicans do not explicitly endorse. A new ad is out targeting black voters, and it suggests that Project 2025 would reverse many of the gains made by black Americans. At a rally in Wisconsin, former President Donald Trump energized his base ahead of the next presidential debate on Tuesday, which is Vice President Kamala Harris's biggest test yet since replacing President Joe Biden.
She's worse than him. He is a smarter person than she is. Oh, they're waiting for the debate. You know, if I destroy her in the debate, they'll say, Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
Recent polling suggests Trump's lead in Texas, a key Republican stronghold, is narrowing. He leads Harris 49-44 compared to the 7-point lead he had over President Biden. High-profile Republican defections are also increasing the stakes. On Friday, former Vice President Dick Cheney attacked his party's leader, saying Trump can never be trusted with power again. In a statement, he said, "As citizens, we each have a duty to put country above partisanship to defend our Constitution. That is why I will be casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris."
Voices like Cheney's can be influential, and you don't need to reach a lot of those people to make a meaningful difference in a very tight race.
David Birdsell is provost and political scientist at Keene University. He says this race may come down to 10,000 votes or less in some battleground states like Wisconsin.
We are talking across the nation, if we were to put all 7 battleground states into play, about maybe 100,000 votes dappled across all 7 of those states.
To win, he says, Donald Trump has to focus on the American pocketbook. On Thursday at the New York Economic Club, Trump touted his economic plan: lower taxes, higher tariffs, and less regulation. While Vice President Kamala Harris says she wants to raise corporate taxes and focus on small businesses.
We're going to help more small businesses and innovators get off the ground.
And she's going to try to make that case as she goes head-to-head with Trump on Tuesday. In response to Cheney's endorsement of Vice President Harris, Donald Trump says, and this is a direct quote, "Dick Cheney is an irrelevant rhino. I am the peace president, and I will stop World War III. Cheney and others should be prosecuted for what they did, but Comrade Kamala is even worse." End quote. Arthur?
Okay, thanks, Duarte.